very big thank you. Today we are going to do 3 things. First, we are going to do concept. As Vasuji was saying, we teach our kids concept in Gita. So our kid is going to present how does Gita help us in setting up a goal in our life. So we want to start this evening's event with a presentation from our kid who has done Life Management in Gita Module 1. So I call upon our student Adya Anand to please come on the stage and please present the concept. So she is from Module 1 Life Management in Gita. She is 10 years old. She is going to tell us how did Bhagavad Gita help her in reaching her goal. Jai Srimad Narayana.
So I'm going to present today how Bhagavad Gita will help me reach the goal. Next page again. Okay. What is a goal? A goal is an aim or target that makes yourself happy or satisfied. There's 3 types of goals here. We have short-term goal, long-term goal, and permanent goal. For example, my short-term goal would be that if I'm in a drawing competition, I would try to submit my best drawing. My long-term goal would be to be a rocket scientist and to serve Sri Chinnajaya Swami. And my permanent goal would to become a Sthita Prajna. Next page. So how do you make a goal exactly? So first you should make your goal. What's your goal? What do you want to do? Then your plan, today I'll study this, then I'll study this. So you make your plan. Then you'll get to work. So that means you have to start the work of the plan you did. Then you have to keep doing that work. That means you have to keep following the plan, which is stick to it. Then you'll reach the goal and you'll be satisfied. Next page. So a main ingredient to achieve a goal is you need a focused mind, which will come with constant practice through discipline. It says this in chapter 2, sloka 41. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi yeke kurunandana bahusakha hyanantacha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Next page. Few obstacles you're going to face when you're doing a goal is your rajas, sattva, and tamas. Your rajas and tamas shouldn't overcome your sattva, which is your peace, your focused mind. And it says this in chapter 2, sloka 45. Traigunya vishaya vedaha nistraigunya bhavarjuna nirdvando nitya sastvasto niryogakshema atmavan. And then one more obstacle you're going to face is your desire. I'll just skip it for today. I'll do it next time. This is your desire, but you should not do that. And it says this in chapter 2, sloka 46. Yavanartha udapane sarvatas samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. A good recipe to achieve your goal is to not focus on, I'm going to get the trophy, I do this. You should focus on I have to do this so I can do the best of the ability I can. And it says this in chapter 2, sloka 47. Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbuhu Mate sangosva karmani. A good guardrail to achieve your goal is, for example, let's take Hanuman's goal and compare it to my goal. Hanuman's goal was to see if Sita was in Lanka. And let's see, my goal was to finish and submit the best of my ability painting. So the first obstacle Hanuman faces is Mainaka. but is harmless. All Mainaka wanted is to Hanuman to rest, take some royal pleasures, and yeah. So basically, Hanuman said, "No, Mainaka, I have a goal I have to do." So he says, "Is it okay if I just touch you and I can go to the next thing?" And this is called drushti. You're not losing the sight of your goal. Like that, my first obstacle is I'm I'm painting and I'm trying to do the best of my ability painting. And my mother comes to me and asks, "Do you want dosa for dinner or rice for dinner?" Let's say. So let's see. I could, there's two options. I could politely say, "I want dosa for dinner," and continue painting. Or I could just be like, "Hey mother, I want, how dare you disturb me?" But this would waste most of my energy. So I'll just go with the first option. This is drushti, where you do not lose sight of the goal. Then let's take Hanuman's second obstacle. Hanuman's second obstacle was Surasa. Surasa asked Hanuman to go inside her mouth and come out without being eaten. Here, Hanuman uses mati, his presence of mind. So this is what he does. Hanuman becomes big. So Surasa also becomes big. Then Hanuman quickly becomes small, goes in and comes out before Surasa can close her mouth. This here, he's using his presence of mind. Like that, for example, if I'm painting and my sister, she spills water and it's going to get all over my painting. It's going to ruin my painting, right? So here I could use mati, my presence of mind. I could tell her, "I'll give you a little chocolate if you can clean this up for me." So here I will use mati, my presence of mind. Then Hanuman's third obstacle is Simhika. So before he even started this journey, Sugriva told him, you cannot avoid Simhika. You have to eliminate her. This is Dakshyam. He's eliminating based on his wise counsel. So he eliminates Simhika and he goes on. Like that, my third obstacle is, I'm almost done. I'm done with all the touch-ups. I just got to take a picture and submit it. Done. But then my friend, she barges into the room and won't let me finish. So this is what I would have to do. I would just say, "Hey friend, I must change my clothes and then I'll come." So I'd make her go outside, close the door, lock it, finish it, and then I'll go back to play with her. So my takeaways are, constant listening to elders or discourses from acharyas will help your buddhi be fixed on your goal. It says this in chapter 2, sloka 53. Shruti vipratipanna yada sthasiti nischala samadhavachala buddhis tada yogamavaptyasi. So my implementation is I participate in several art competitions. I used to get really tense, like, "Oh my God, am I going to get the trophy? Am I going to get the trophy?" But learning this Bhagavad Gita has helped me to realize it's not about getting the trophy. It's about doing your best. So this is how I've done in one. Jai Shivanarayana. Dosa.
So Jai Sriman Narayana. So Adya is one of the few examples of our kids. We teach them Bhagavad Gita. We make them relate it to one of their practical challenges that they are facing. And Bhagavad Gita is theory and practical is Ramayana, as Vasuji was saying earlier. So this is what we do with our kids. These concepts get internalized within them. So whenever they are facing a challenge, whenever they have a goal setting to do, they will remember Hanuman and they will try to tie each of their obstacles with obstacles that Hanuman had, and then Hanuman will lead them to their goal. So Adya won first prize in Pragya National Competition. So we have 30 centers across USA and across world also we have Pragya programs. And these concepts, if we are able to imbibe them at their formative ages, it has a huge impact on them. So we really want to thank Geeta Ashram for conducting such a beautiful program and giving us an opportunity. Our next program today is Bhagavad Gita Avadanam. So I would like to invite Sri Kirti, Ramcharan, Jyotsna, and Srinidhi. Please come on to the dais. So these kids, please, can you sit, Kanna? I'll give you the mic. Yeah, we need 2 mics at least. So these kids have memorized, they are part of Sumedha program. As part of Sumedha program, we encourage kids to memorize Bhagavad Gita and we play a memory game with them. So we want you to witness the memory game. One of our kids who completed the Sumedha program, she has gone to New Zealand to visit her grandfather. So this is a continuous program we have been running for last 5 years. This is our 5th batch. So today what we are going to do, it's going to be a sample. First 2 chapters. We will do 4 prakriyas. So we will give them 4 patterns. We would want to start with reciting our starting prayers to gain blessings from our Acharya and Haigriva Swami. Jai Shriman Narayana.
अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। ॐ पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमदः पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ ईशावास्यमिदगुं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीताः मा घृतः कस्य स्विद्दनम्। काश्यपान्वयसञ्जातं नारायणपदाश्रितं श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे यतीश्वरश्रियाजुषम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। जय श्रीमन्नारायण। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। तिसन्तु मे देव सदा त्वदीयाः दयातरङ्गानुचरा कटाक्षाः श्रोत्रेषु पुंसामृतं क्षरन्तीं सरस्वतीं संस्कृतकामधेनुम्।
Jai Shriman Narayana. Can you hear me okay, kids? So we will start with the first challenge, right? We are saying kids have memorized first 2 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, which is more than 100 slokas. So the first challenge we are going to give them is, I'm going to ask them the chapter number and sloka number, and they will tell the first line of the sloka. Chapter 1, sloka 14. Chapter 2, sloka 15. Chapter 2, sloka 40.
Matra sparsastu kaunteya.
I said chapter 2, sloka 40, 40.
Bhikramana sosti.
Chapter 2, sloka 54.
Arjuna uvacha stita prajnasya gabhasha.
We would like audience to participate also, please. If you can ask a sloka of your choice, we can pose that challenge to kids. Vasudev ji can pass the mic. Whomsoever wants.
I can also show you the mobile where you can, if you want to see the sloka, you can see and ask. Anyone is interested? This is the second chapter.
Second chapter, verse 49.
You can ask. 49.
Yep.
Yeah, chapter 2, sloka number 49 from Vivekji.
Purena Hyavaram Karma.
Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right. No, Narayana, no, not.
Anyevadikaraste.
Okay, chapter 12, verse 13. Well, 1 and 2. Chapter 2, verse 37.
37, chapter 2, sloka 37.
Tato va prapsyase swargam.
Is that right? Yeah, it's right. Right.
Thank you so much for encouraging the kids. We will go to the next memory challenge. Learning slokas during their formative years expands their brain and they are able to absorb more as they grow. So thank you so much for encouraging our kids. We will post the second challenge to them now. I will tell the first line of the sloka and kids will tell me this line comes from which chapter and which sloka number. Right? Are you ready, Kanna? Kainajam buddhi yuktahi.
Chapter 2, Sloka 51.
Correct. Eva mukto hrishikeso.
Chapter 1, Sloka 24.
Saghosho dhartarashtranam.
Chapter 1, Sloka 19.
Kamatmanasvargaparaha.
Chapter 2, Sloka 43.
We would like audience again, if you want to test them, you can give them the line, starting line of the sloka. They will tell you the chapter number and sloka number.
I can give you a mobile which has a Bhagavad Gita in Devanagari script, if that helps. You can ask between chapter 1 and chapter 2, any sloka. Starting word you give them, they'll give the sloka number and chapter number. Anyone would like to take this?
Anybody wants English script? Narayana, you can take it to people.
English script is also available. Devanagari is there. Yeah, I'm coming. No, this kid, they are all trained only on this aspect. It's basically memory focused on me.
Sloka 69.
Wonderful. Anyone else want to ask a question? Yeah, no.
Tehi nityam avadyoyam.
Chapter 2, Sloka 30.
Yes.
Anyone else want to ask a question? You want to ask?
Chapter 1, Sloka 18.
Correct? We'll go to the next round.
Next round is considered to be a very, very tough round. Here, what we do, we test the sequential memory. We give them the last line of the sloka. They tell us the sloka number, the chapter number, and they recite the complete sloka. Are you ready? Can you hear me okay? Yuddhe priyachikirshavaha.
Chapter 1, Sloka 22. Yotsyamanavekshem ya etetra samagataha bhartarashtrasya durbuddhehe yuddhe priyachikirshavaha.
That's correct. Next sloka. श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
Chapter 2, Sloka 29. Ascharyavat pasyati kaschidенam. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah. Ascharyavat chainamanyashtunati. Shrutvaapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit.
That's correct. Next, last line for you. This is a tricky one. Natvam sochitumarhasi.
There are two slokas with this theme. Sochitumarhasi. Chapter 2, Sloka 27 and Chapter 2, Sloka 30. Chapter 2, Sloka 27. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmadapariharyete natvam sochitumarhasi. Chapter 2, Sloka 30. Dehi nityam avadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam sochitumarhasi.
So in this question, there are two last lines. There are two slokas with the same last lines, and kids are able to catch that. Across chapters also, there are slokas where same last line is repeated. So as part of our training, we help them identify that. That increases their analytical skills. So we want audience to trick them with the last line prakriya. Anybody wants to do that, please?
Yeah, sure. Who is that? Please. Chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 1, chapter 1. Chapter 1,
Maybe outside.
okay. Anyone else want to do? Yeah, please.
Bunjiya bhogan rudhi pratigdan. You want me to repeat it? Bunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdan.
Sloka 3. Chuduna hatva hi mahanubhavan
It's
Shreya bhoktum bhaikshamapih haloke hatva dakamamstu guruni neva punjeya bhogan ridira pradigdan.
That's correct. Anyone else want to ask a question? Chapter 1, chapter 2. You want to ask? Adya?
Vishidanti dantmidam vachaha. Tidam vachaha. Chapter 2, Sloka 10. Tamuvacha hrishikesaha prahasanniva bharata senayorubhayor madhye vishidantamidam vachaha. Chapter 2, Sloka 47. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana karma phala heturbhuh mate sangostva karmani.
We will move to the next prakriya. Here, we try to, there is a lot of emphasis for kids to learn facts, do the facts fast. So we are merging mathematical skills with the memory skills. So this is the arithmetic round. I will give them a pattern and they will tell 2 iterations of that pattern. The pattern goes like this. This seems a little confusing, but once you listen to our kids, you will enjoy this. So kids, are you ready for the pattern? Chapter 1, Sloka 42. Add 5, subtract 2. 2 iterations. Chapter 1, Sloka 42. Add 5, subtract 2.
Sankaro narakayeva. Sanjaya vacha. Eva muktva juna sankhe. Aho batamahat papam. Snigyam masmagamah pata. Uvacha tam tatha kripaya vishtam.
Next pattern, okay? I will give you next pattern now. So I'll pick up the pattern from chapter 2 this time. Are you ready? Okay. Chapter 2, Sloka 47. This has been a favorite, right? So chapter 2, Sloka 47, add 6, subtract 3. So start, you will get the pattern. Chapter 2, Sloka 47, add 6, subtract 3.
Dharmanyevadhikaraste Pannate Buddhiyo Kojahatiha Ishvanudvignamanaha. Pratipannate.
So anybody wants to give this pattern? So here we are encouraging kids to, because when we do the same prakriya over 18 chapters, they are able to do that. So the more, the more, as they say, आप कितना चारा देंगे उतना हेल्दी बनेंगे. तो आप अपने ब्रेन को जितना फूड देंगे, जितना exercises we give to our brain, that's how our brain will become sharper. So this is just a sample we wanted to show today. And we are very thankful to Geeta Ashram for encouraging us to, do such programs. There are a lot of competitions where we go. They say, oh no, you do some filmy dance. If you do Bhagavad Gita, nobody is going to come. So we are very thankful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Yeah,
After this,
yes. You have kids too.
you have a skip.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a perspective of this, how they are able to do it. If you see that brain can store a memory of 2.5 petabytes. It's in IT, even in IT, if you have a guy also difficult to understand. If I want to put it in a perspective, right? If you are able to watch a 3-hour movie, we will be able to retain something, but we'll forget again after some days. A brain has a capacity to store a memory of what you watch a continuous movie for 300 years. We cannot even imagine how much it can really store. So that's what basically these kids are practicing. They're able to do it. We have a kid who is 5 or 6 years. She's able to do it. She cannot even read, but she has memorized everything you ask, she can tell. That's how she, by Shravanam, right? She listened and she learned, memorized all 700 slokas. There is a 46-year-old lady. She also made an attempt. She's able to make it. You have a question? These kids, can you tell your ages, please? Even I don't know. What's your age?
And I'm 10.
10 years. 9 years. 11. 13.
Kids, let us thank our Acharya and Paramal for giving us this opportunity. Please say the prayers.
Agnenaya supataraye asman visvani deva vayunani vidvan yuyodyasmajjuhurana menaha भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विदेम पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमदः पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः ॐ नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः जय श्रीमन्नारायण
Jai Shri Narayana. So all the kids you saw today so far, they are from our program called Pragya. Pragya program starts for kids from 5-year-olds to 15-year-olds. So we have a 10-year curriculum. And the Bhagavad Gita Avadanam is part of Sumedha program. So Pragya being our knowledge component, there is another component of our organization, which is called VT Seva, volunteer together for service. So we teach them slokas and we also teach them how to serve our community. Our kids are going to perform a small skit today to tell about the spirit of volunteering. Please encourage them. Jai Shriman Narayana.
Gee, hi, brother. Hi, brother. My friends are at the Geeta Conference. Shall we join them too?
Well, I'm not sure if we should volunteer, as I did not understand the purpose of volunteering.
Let's talk to my friends who are active members of the Year Educational Trust Youth. They will be able to clarify our doubts as they have done life management in Bhagavad Gita as part of the Prajna course. Jai Shrimanarayana Rishi and Srinidhi, my brother has a few doubts about volunteering.
Jai Shrimanarayana Srinidhi and Rishi, I wanted to clarify why should we volunteer and what motivates us to volunteer.
Let us first understand the dictionary meaning of volunteering. What is the dictionary meaning of volunteering? To volunteer means to freely offer to do something. What does freely offer mean? To freely offer to do something means to do something without being compelled to do so and without any expectation onto the returns. What are common returns for any action? Common returns for an action are the attachment to the result, the feeling that I am doing the action, and the feeling that only because of me, this is happening. Are you with me?
Yes, I am with you.
To sum up, volunteering means to do an activity without any compulsion. We do it as a responsibility and we don't attach to the result and feel that it's me doing it. It's important to know that we should not feel that because of me that it is happening.
This is exactly what Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, Shloka 47. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Lord Krishna instructs us to do volunteering. When we follow this instruction of Krishna, every action of ours becomes volunteering. And to your first question about why we should volunteer because we do actions without a sense of compulsion and with a sense of duty and responsibility. Also, we do actions without attachment to the results, the feeling that I am doing the action, and the feeling that only because of me this is happening. We will always be in a state of bliss, which is the goal and the purpose of our life.
If we should not be attached to results, then what motivates us to volunteer?
It is not the results which motivate us to volunteer. It's the joy we gain from volunteering which motivates us to do more.
Lord Krishna shares another example with us in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, shloka 14 and 15. He says, all living beings depend on food to survive. Food grows because of the rain. Rain happens by our qualified volunteering acts or yajnas. Once again, all living beings are dependent on food to survive. This mutual interdependency drives us to volunteer because then we make the whole world a better place.
Acharya Sri Ramanujacharya also taught us that the entire universe is body of God, which essentially means trees, mountains, water, humans, and animals are all parts of body of God, which are all interconnected. You might have noticed that if one of the body parts are in danger, another one voluntarily comes and helps that body part. Similarly, if anyone in this world is in danger, we should help them. This is why we need a volunteer.
Thank you for the detailed explanation. And if Krishna himself and our Acharya Sri Ramanujacharya recommend us to lead our life like a volunteer, we should do it.
Thanks for the detailed explanation. I agree that volunteering should be our way of life.
Let's go to the Geeta Conference now and do some more volunteering opportunities.
Yes, let's go. Jai
Jai
Shri-
Shri Narayana.